quick recap. We saw three paths. So in Surah Fatiha, we prayed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us guidance and show us the right path that leads to success and not the path of those who are astray wrongdoers. In the first 5 ayahs of Surah Baqarah, we learned about those who are on the right path and what are the fundamentals of Islam, or what is the core of Islam. Then we moved to these ayahs where we were told about the wrongdoers, and we were also introduced to the concept of hypocrites, or people who are in between. They have something evil intention or bad intention inside their hearts, but from the outside they are being nice and they're trying to say that yes, we are with the believers and all of that. So and then we saw multiple ayahs defining the hypocrites and how they are trying to actually deceive while they are themselves making fool of themselves versus anybody else. Okay, so from today there are actually two actions from us. One is we have to increase our knowledge of the right and the wrong paths, and for this one obviously we continue our journey of understanding the Holy Quran. And so now, and we will get to know about these as we inshallah progress through different surahs of the Holy Quran. So this is one action for us, because we really need to understand what are the fundamental obligations and prohibitions, so that we can continue to fuel the principles that Allah Ta'ala has defined for us as human beings on how He wants us to actually act, as we learned in the first session or the previous session of Surah Baqarah. So we have to continue reinforcing those principles, and this is a journey that will continue, to get the knowledge of the right path so that we can follow it, and wrong path so that we can avoid it. The other action is that we have to act upon. This is the same action that was there in the previous lesson. We have to act upon obligations, stay away from prohibitions, to enforce the principles. Start with 5 times prayer. The reason why I'm emphasizing on this one in this class as well as a key action is that it is one of the obligatory ones. Out of the 5 pillars of Islam, this is the one that is easiest for us to start performing. And it's not just about being easy, it's about it's mandatory, and obviously we have to follow the other 5 pillars as well as we continue on. One way to avoid being a hypocrite ourselves is to establish a strong connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you recall from the first lesson of Surah Fatiha, we said that there are multiple things that we need to do. We have to love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we have to praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we have to establish a very strong connection with Him. The more strong, or the stronger your connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you will cleanse yourself from being a hypocrite, from being yourself, cleaning your inside, or the bad things that may come inside your heart, and if you're trying to deceive someone or not. So that's a very important thing for us to cleanse ourselves. And we will learn it later on as we study, that hypocrisy is something that we should really fear about, that we should really fear as true Muslims. We should fear that we are not hypocrites, because at times we may be thinking, yes, you're born in a Muslim family, we're doing 5-time prayers, we're doing this, we're doing the fundamentals of Islam, but maybe we are doing some things that we should avoid. So even the action number 2 will help you avoid being a hypocrite, and while we continue to fear and love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as we learned earlier as well. So this is mainly the lesson for